Surprise, it's a late Saturday, early Sunday episode dropping for you whenever you're listening to it. I am very happy to have you. I've got Christian Finnegan and Ophira Eisenberg joining me the week before we go to Las Vegas. I thought we'd catch up, and we had a great conversation. I think you will love it. Also wanted to just let you know that here we are, Sunday, March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day to those who celebrate the holiday. I'll be hosting a hangout tonight for anybody going to Las Vegas. Anybody can come if you're a paid subscriber, but if you're going to Las Vegas, it's a little information session, so stop by tonight at 8 p.m. If you can't make it at 8 p.m. and you just want to watch it, I'll share the Zoom session with you so you can see some of the ideas and activities that we've got planned for you this week. I'm getting out there Wednesday night late. Of course, I've got all kinds of work responsibilities to produce the event, but I hope to hang out with you Thursday and Friday as well as Saturday night too. So, hang out tonight with me at 8 p.m. about Vegas if you're going. If you're not, that's okay. I'm really happy to have you here, and after this week, you won't have to hear about it as much for the time being. But thank you so much to Cassie for making this all happen, Cassie in Vegas, and everybody who's volunteered. I'm very excited for this week. I got some great guests for you. I'll have shows every day as well. So if you're not going to Vegas, I'll for sure at least have the interview every day. Plan to have the news for you Monday and Tuesday shows, Wednesday as well. All right, enough talking, enough details. Let's get to the conversation that I've brought you today. Christian Finnegan, go subscribe to his New Music for Olds Substack newsletter, and Ophira Eisenberg's podcast, Parenting is a Joke, and her accompanying Substack as well, Parenting is a Joke. Go subscribe, go follow them on social media. We had a great conversation. I think you're going to love it. I'm so glad you pressed play. I'm always happy to have you here. Patreon.com/PeteDominic if you want to support the program, which is dropped every day this week and will next week. Let's do it right now. Christian, Ophira, Finnegan. There they are. Christian and Ophira will all be together next week in Vegas. What did you just say about it, Christian? You can't, once you're there, don't act like you're above it all.
I'd say if you're going to be there, you get nothing out of being above it while you're there. It's like just when in Rome, be a stupid fanny pack wearing Roman.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah, I like going to the places with a higher price point for a drink or a meal, just so like I'm with the other people that have to have shirts on.
Right. That's the crowd that you like to roll with.
That's my crowd.
Can I just raise one issue? I hate the term price point so much.
Wow.
Because, and there's no offense to Ophira, but it just was literally came up yesterday. There is no situation in which you would say price point that you couldn't also just say price.
Oh, wow. Ophira?
You're right. I think I've been influenced too heavily by marketing
HGTV.
Strategies.
It's House Hunters is what it is.
You know, to that end, someone was saying to me, when you were in your 20s, did you talk a lot about what generation you were part of? And I was like, no. They're like, why not? And I was like, well, because capitalism just figured out that millennials were the biggest generation in a while, and they wanted to market everything about them. So they really hit the idea hard that was like a group that was special. And they were like, what? And I was like, no, it's just marketing. It's not.
Absolutely dead on. And I'll just add, can I just say, I really am irked by the phrase to that end. Maybe you should leave.
So facto.
Oh, God.
With regards to...
Just watch this space.
For your consideration.
So just real quick, your general feelings and past experiences with the city of Las Vegas, which, of course, I'll start, shouldn't be a city. It's an ecological disaster and nightmare. That's where I'll leave it. Christian.
I have had sort of your standard Vegas experiences. You know, I've been there a few times. It's silly. It's goofy. Like everybody, you'll go to sort of downtown, quote unquote, like old Vegas, and there's some sort of kitsch factor to it. Fremont Street down there, like it feels a little bit more like the Vegas you saw in like Elvis movies and stuff like that. It is what it is. It's silly. It's ridiculous. I saw a Prince tribute band there once, which was fun.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've lost some money there, not large amounts, but you know, it's stupid. It's fun. It's stupid.
Ophira. Your relationship?
Yeah, so many different scenarios. I went there for a 40th birthday party where one of the women taught me how to gamble because I was too afraid to gamble, playing blackjack in old Vegas. She had a gambling problem for sure. And she also was a bankruptcy lawyer. So she was gathering clients as we were gambling, and she was teaching me how to gamble comedy once, and a whole bunch of friends from different places were like, we'll go to Vegas. And a couple of them slept together, even though they had spouses. And I was just like, I don't like that.
Well, I guess it didn't stay in Vegas, did it?
It did not stay in Vegas. And then I remember they were like, don't tell our spouses. And they bought me a Canyon Ranch massage, like a hush massage. I got a very nice massage out of it. And then I went, I've done just comedy there. Last time I was there, I went downtown where there's a great bookstore. I think I was the only person in Vegas that was like, have you been to the bookstore? And yeah, there's some nice books.
They have a book. It's covered with dust.
Ophira and I are going to hike, maybe more than once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. Will you join us for a hike? And do you think listeners, should we have a whole group of hikers, and we're a group out there?
I don't know, man. When you have a group, at what point does a group of hikers become a religious movement?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like at certain point, once you get past, like, they stop being hikers and start being apostles.
Somebody's going to get sacrificed without a doubt. We talked about it at our hangout last night. We may sacrifice this one guy, Rob. Andrew. Yeah. His name is it. Yeah.
Well, we can go because they're in such a drought. Supposedly we can go hiking, and where the canyons used to have little lakes, you now see some of the like metal encasements of like where like bodies were inside of them from mob hits in the past.
Oh, that's fun. Let's definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, all right. That's Vegas.
Encasements. Did you hear that word, everyone? Encasements.
I got triggered. I didn't want to say anything.
I have a problem with the term encasements.
I have a problem.
Do you have any problems with TikTok? Ophira's got a pretty sizable following over there. She posts a lot of her comedy clips. Couldn't find anything for you, Christian. It seems you're not engaged on the TikTok.
Never. I mean, this is why I'm essentially retired as a comedian, because
you won't play.
I can't play. I just always feel like the dad trying to rap. Like whenever I do, like, I mean, even Instagram.
That is a genre on TikTok.
Yeah, and I refuse to be a part of it. I can't do it. I'd like to be able to. I think that there's probably a way to do it with dignity. Like, and I've seen people that do it in ways that are fun. I have not found an in yet. And it's just like another language I would have to learn, and I wouldn't be good at it. And so, but I don't have a problem with it in the sort of like it's ruining America or anything like that.
Tell me more about dignity. I'm looking at my TikTok account.
Defines dignity as
a fleeting sense.
I have 736 followers. Ophira, however, has over 12,000 and a lot of comedy clips. So what are your thoughts? Are you going to be, engaged? Are you paying attention to what's going on with the potential disruption of the TikTok? Are you worried about your information being seen and sold? I don't worry about it. It's all out there. Everybody, what are we doing?
I mean, I have that same thing. And then, I said to someone very recently, a smart person, that was not you guys, a different smart person. I said something about like using my phone, on the subway, I used to use tokens or a Metro Pass, and now you could just use your phone to click. And I was very resistant to it in the future because I was like, everything's on my phone. And in a way, like, this is tracking me. And then I thought, who cares? Go ahead, fucking track me. What use is it? And the smart person said, well, it's not useful until they figure out a way to make it useful. So at least you're providing the data for them to figure that out. And I was like, oh, that's creepy. So with TikTok, right, it has the biggest privacy problems. I throw stand-up clips, and they are just that. And when I heard the thing about it being banned, I went, maybe how you felt. I was like, you know what? Good. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's sort of the way I felt when the pandemic happened. It's like, now we all are out of work.
Right. Right.
Welcome back.
I don't have a big TikTok following, but neither does anyone.
Yeah.
But I don't, I would love for someone to tell me, forget about 7, 3 great, wonderful things TikTok has added to humanity. Like, I think social media, you could make some sort of, argument that social media can bring people together. This is like why people loved Zoom during pandemic. Oh, these people that couldn't, like, there is something in there. But I think TikTok, the way it fucks with your, how quickly it goes and the way you have to view stuff on it. Like they used to say, remember they used to say attention spans were 7 seconds, and we'd all be like, oh my God, if you don't grab in the first 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Supposedly in the marketing world, like I have these friends that work for Meta and Google and whatever, they say it's 3 seconds.
Yeah.
3 seconds.
Doesn't surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah. 3 seconds. And then they're moving on. They look at you and go, oh.
I'll take the bait. I'll take the challenge. TikTok for me has been great. I suppose you could say Facebook and YouTube and Instagram have similar functionalities, but I guess I prefer TikToks. I've gotten away some of the things that made me feel bad about myself or jealous or creepy, like attractive women TikTok stuff. Like I follow like the van life people, but I was following like an attractive woman van life, and I'm like, what am I doing? So I got rid of those, and then I redid my follows mostly for like gardening and DIY stuff. And even cooking, which I suck at and not good at. And I like that. I like a lot of those accounts. They do bring me good ideas, and I just like messing around and wasting time on it sometimes as a distraction and watching those types of things that
I waste so much time. Much time.
Sure.
I don't know how I am wasting so much time and yet avoiding the things that most people waste their time with. Like, I can't imagine adding another time waster to my life.
True.
I just can't. I can't. I don't know how you guys do it.
My new app, Time Waster, is not going to be a hit with you and yours then.
Thinking about what you said, Pete, I spoke to, this sounds insane, but I was talking to this, the CNN climate correspondent yesterday, and we're talking about, the climate
name
crisis.
Drop, huh?
Bill Weir,
yeah. And we were talking about, like, he was just like, you can work with the algorithms in your socials to bring you all the cool inventions that people are doing to, like, all these things that don't get enough publicity, where they're trying to solve different aspects of the environment and the climate crisis. And you can start to infiltrate all of the stuff that's coming to you with these positive things. And then it will make you want to create stories like that. And that might actually cause some real change in this world. And I was just like, oh yeah, you can't, you like, algorithm isn't against you. It's actually wants to be for you, but you have to
control it,
use it.
Yeah, to a certain extent. I like that a lot. Christian, however, looks disgusted, or his image is frozen.
I'm just jealous. I'm jealous of people who can engage with this stuff in a positive way. I haven't found a way to do that.
Well, I think the three of us are speaking for probably a lot of people listening in different ways and different variations. And of course, a lot of people have no idea what it is or how it's useful and just think it's all garbage. But speaking of garbage, Aaron Rodgers, can we shit on him for a little while? Can we? I mean, is there anything worse? Ophira, you're a parent.
The show is sponsored by Pfizer, though, in his defense, right? I mean, you are personally funded by Pfizer.
I wish.
Pete.
I'll take their money. Yeah. I would take Pfizer money. Yeah. For sure. I'll take Vax money. So anti-vax seems pretty reprehensible, but it's not as bad as your kid wasn't killed. Some people are questioning whether or not he ever said it. He didn't deny saying it and his weird denial, but he's been a garbage person for a while now and for a lot of reasons. And I wonder how much you've paid attention to this guy. And he made a lot of headlines this week because RFK Jr. said he's considering him and Jesse Ventura to run as his running mate, which, it's just even further evidence that RFK Jr. is the worst of all Kennedys ever. Like, and Ted killed a woman. So, I mean, arguably, RFK's probably responsible for people dying with his fucking bullshit. But anyway, Aaron Rodgers and the Sandy Hook crisis actor theory that he shared privately.
I know exactly why this person is still having a microphone in front of their face, because we all, this is just like
paid.
They can't wait to sell more ads on their page when they publish whatever it is. But I mean, it's almost like I cannot believe at a certain point I just go, are you really this fucking evil of a person? Or do you just know now that this keeps you in a cycle and you are somewhat untouchable, so it doesn't matter?
I don't think it's as premeditated as that. I just think people get into the habit of being listened to, and then they start making up things to say in order to continue to be listened to.
And people go, yeah. So it's reinforced.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then you're kind of, it's like on audience capture. It's like a form of audience capture. And also, I think I may have talked about this with you in the past, Pete. It's like the Chrissy Teigen syndrome, which is like, everybody's like, Chrissy Teigen's so hilarious. Like, is she, or is she just a model who's heard a joke? You know, where like Aaron Rodgers is like, oh, he's the athlete who's read articles. You know what I mean? It's Kyrie Irving is the same thing. It's like these athletes, most of whom don't really think about or don't really care about politics. They're young. They're just not. That's not what where their interests are. And so when you get somebody who's read 3 books, it's like they seem really impressive, and they start to think of themselves as impressive because in their crowds they are.
Right.
They are.
But it doesn't translate to normal people.
And I think it's intoxicating too, right? Just saying, like, living in this world of like, well, it's my truth. And then people are like, that's right, it's your truth. You're allowed to have a truth.
Yeah, I mean, and it cuts both ways.
But you're not allowed to have a truth, because you're not allowed to tell me my kid didn't exist or my kid existed and didn't get killed. And is that denying the Sandy Hook massacre, or whatever theories he or Alex Jones believe and perpetuated? Is it evil and dumb, or is there another word to describe someone who believes those types of things that's just faking it to get clicks?
To me, it's buying into just an oppositional mindset writ large. You know, and I have a big problem with the term writ large.
Yeah, exactly. What the?
I know. Oh my.
You know what I have a problem with? The price point of that.
All right, ask for it. But I think that, like, on its surface, there is nothing like believing that vaccines are dangerous and believing that a school shooting didn't happen. Like, those shouldn't go together.
Right.
Those two theories, the only thing that makes them similar is that you are placing yourselves in opposition to conventional wisdom. That you're like, I'm the guy who sees the truth behind what they're trying to sell you. And so people take that mindset and they cast it across every news, everything that comes up in the news, everything that comes up culturally. And so I think people just get addicted to putting themselves in that place of like, I'm the guy with the secret knowledge. And so school shootings, vaccines, it's all the same.
Sure. It's all, one big barrel. And also I imagine this world where whoever he works with, his people, whatever, bring like these one sheets to him with bullet points. And they're like, oh, there's this news story coming out of fastforward.politics.org or whatever, you know, about that Sandy Hook isn't real. And he's like, oh, that's interesting.
Bullet point.
And he says it's to Pat McAfee or so, you know, whatever, some ESPN host who, you know, wow, that's amazing. This athlete's read something.
Hey, do you subscribe to bullet points? It's for truth seekers.
It's for truth seekers.
And the logo is like a target bullet points.
A My Truth generator where you just put in a bunch of keywords and it just comes back with like, here's the things you don't believe in.
It's called Google. Well, all right, help me out with this. Give me advice. I got myself in a weird situation last week. As you know, I'm always involved in the goings on in my local school board and electing good people. And
I love that you do that.
I love it too.
Thank you. We're in the fight right now, and this year they've manufactured outrage over LGBT issues. It's never about the issue. It's always about trying to find something to divide people, to get people to come out on a school board so they can take it over and, you know, teach the ban books and teach kids that Jesus was born in St. Louis and has a machine gun, whatever they want to do. And so they're using this issue now. And last week they ended the board meeting early because the people were screaming and yelling and misbehaving. And the superintendent came out and started talking to everybody. So I and several others were standing there holding our cameras, videotaping the superintendent talking to people, several of us. As I'm walking out of the building, a person who I don't know started screaming at me, a grown lady, and screaming at me, why were you filming my daughter? My question to you is, she was now filming me. We've all seen this. I don't know if you've ever been a target of it, but I was now being targeted, and I wasn't sure if it was pre-planned because everybody there knows who I am and so on. And I've been attacked before. But she's like, who are you? Why are you here? Why were you filming my daughter? And I said to her camera, I go, I wasn't filming your daughter. I don't know who you are, and I don't know who your daughter is. Who is your daughter? who is your daughter? I don't know who I was filming the superintendent. And that's basically what I said. She kept following me outside, kept filming me. Who are you? Does he even have kids here? And they were saying things to make it seem like I was some creeper. I was there like everybody else because my kid's in the schools and everybody knows who I am to begin with. So
this was just your fun?
So, yeah.
This is what you do?
So what do you do when my question to you is, what do you do when someone's filming you and making and saying crazy things? What do you do? Especially if you're one of us, you're a public person, you're now on camera and they're like, who are you? I mean, I didn't know what to do. And we were talking about the hangout last night and everybody was saying, you should have done this, you should have done that. And I was like, I just wanted to not speak and go to my car. But people had some pretty fun ideas. I don't know what to do in that situation. And other people are in that situation. You're innocent. You have no idea what's going on. And all of a sudden someone's got a camera in your face and screaming you that you're a bad person somehow.
I mean, I guess, my kind of benign, not fun, like I want to say like, oh, this is what you do to really get them. But is you want to do the same thing, I imagine, with a troll in the various interwebs, is that you want to give them something that is so nothing. So it's not post worthy. Like, so there is a level of ignoring it and being completely just like whatever to it that makes it doesn't make it content. Right. So I would just figure out a way to diminish the idea that this is content. And I assume that would be 100% not engaging, but it doesn't feel satisfying, I bet, to hear that because you want to react.
The award for craziest person goes to you, lady. Like, what if I say something snarky? What if I just make up bullshit and nonsense? Like, I think the Yankees never should have traded for, or just say nothing. Christian, is there any good outcome?
I think a song and dance.
Hey, everybody, I'm at the school board. What do you think?
Yeah.
It is true. If all of a sudden you turned around and you go, I'm a stand-up. I'm just going to try a few jokes right now that I've been working on. Have you guys ever noticed that in Trader Joe's?
I was at the gym the other day.
And then
that'll clear the that'll
clear the room. I was taking the subway and this crazy thing happened.
I think maybe you should treat it like a camera TRL from
MTV.
Like hi mom, I'd like to hear Fall Out Boy. Just give shout outs, long distance dedications.
That's a good idea. I like that. Well, if anybody has any ideas,
long distance dedications to my aunt in Catton.
We'll just start sobbing.
That's not a bad idea, too. Just curl up on the sidewalk in front of the school. Finally.
Long, cold stare.
I just want to be made fun of. I would make fun of me if it wasn't me. Here we go.
Tear up a picture of the Pope. Have you considered doing that?
I did. You know what? I have to start carrying pictures of the Pope with me.
That is the downside. You do have to have extra pictures of the Pope.
I need another one, at least one more.
Yeah.
You can keep the one. Yeah, you got to keep the one you love.
I'm decided to become gym guy. What that means, of course.
No. That's not right. That's the wrong. You decided to publicly put out that you're gym guy.
So I'm not that yet. I'm just
different.
I'm stealing valor.
You've kind of always been gym guy, haven't you?
Yeah, but not in a long time. Not since it became even more of a terrible thing. More of a meme. Anyway, I'm gym guy. I go there regularly. Like, I fist bump guys I don't know. I had not a lot of people.
You hang out there. You just linger by machines and just with some big giant jug of brown liquid.
No, I don't like that. I don't like the giant jug people. I don't like that. I don't know why you can't have a smaller jug and just refill it. I have problems with that. Yeah. But
do you do one quick set and then look at your phone for 25 minutes?
Yes, for sure.
That's how I do it.
Yeah. But something happened the other day that's really disturbing, and I don't know if I can go back. And I've talked about this a little bit, but I just want to get your reaction to it. I would do my exercise on my machine, and I see this guy on the free bench press, big, strong guy, all tatted up, both arms, and he was struggling to get the bar up, and I jumped up to help him, and I didn't have my footing under me, and it was a lot of weight, and I failed completely, and he didn't have collars on it, so he ended up smartly leaning one way, dropping the weights, and he leaned it the other way and dropped the weights, and then he just put the bar up, and he stood up quickly and just looked at me, and I looked at him, and I knew I had interfered wrongly, I knew I had failed, and he could have gotten hurt badly, but he just looked at me and he said, "You made it worse." And it was the best possible response, but I am really struggling. with it all. It was the highest level of embarrassment I felt in a while. Everybody saw it.
How did the interaction end? You just said that and walked away, or did you say like, "Oh, sorry, buddy"?
I apologized profusely. I said, "I absolutely got in the way. I'm so sorry. I thought you needed help, and clearly you didn't."
I think what you have to do is the next time you see him at the gym, you have to immediately run over and start spotting him when he doesn't even ask. Like, even if he's not struggling, just run over there.
Hey, man.
And like, can you also do that kind of coaching thing? Like, come on, man, let's do it. Look cool. Yeah, looking good. Looking good.
You got it. Push it.
Get some.
I don't want to be that gym guy. Yeah, that is not the gym guy. I want to be some 3 notches below that guy, I think.
Or just come at him with your iPhone and, record mode and be like, who are you? Who are you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Why are you here? What are you doing?
Have I told you that my gym is now employing a DJ?
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, that's
like
rough.
Not every night, like Thursdays and Fridays. There's like a fucking DJ set up. Which, first of all, in terms of like hateful word combinations, fitness center DJ is like, other than, Jared from Subway, like what's a worse combination of words than fitness center DJ?
How bad? I mean, actually, that DJ is like, hey, I got paid.
Yeah. So. I mean, and I don't mean to sound like this sounds very 80s comic right now, R.I.P. Richard Lewis, but what is the point of even loud music at the gym anyway when 100.0% of people there are wearing headphones?
Because they're trying to get you to take your headphones off and for people to date because they're all at the gym on a Friday night.
There you go. Yeah,
maybe.
That's what it's about. So, last Sunday I didn't have any spots. So I went to the local yoga studio around the corner for a sound bath meditation. Have you done that?
Mm-hmm. What is this?
It sounds fun, though.
So it's a meditation, but there's this, again, I just thought about it because it's like a musician that has different bowls that make sound and like the rain stick that sounds and chimes.
Ooh, I like it.
And basically leads you through a meditation and then is playing all of these different sounds that have heavy vibrations and a lot of things. And it's supposed to sort of like make your brain waves go. And at the beginning, it had the mandatory, like, we're going to go around the room and everyone has to say why they're here thing. Share.
Okay.
And I was just like, hey, I'm not working tonight. So I decided to come, but everybody else was sad. They were like, I'm going through, it was men and women too. So like going through something post-traumatic. Like I was just like, this is the saddest room of all time of like the most expensive workout wear for meditation. And then we all laid back on, the yoga blankets on the mat and I think I fell asleep. I mean, it's an hour. And at one point, I woke up and I was just thinking that like 30 of us lying on these mats with our eyes closed. I was like, this is a shelter. It was like a high. It was like,
don't you just hear like clanging Nautilus machines in the background of like weights slamming down, like clang, just.
I was like, I don't know what is going on right now. The whole thing was lost on me.
Everything you just said there made me want to do it. Unless there was any, if there was any competing sounds, that'll drive me nuts. I have a weird sound auditory thing. I don't like that.
That's honestly like, I love it. Like that's what I will turn off the lights and lay in the dark with like good headphones and just put on something really, intense. And like, I dig that.
With 30 other people?
I just don't want to do it in gym clothes. Yeah, no.
It is weird sort of half napping with 30 other people in a room.
Would you lead that exact exercise?
Is it weird if I have a boner?
You always slip in one.
Would you?
You always slip in one boner.
Gotta get a boner in there.
Would you lead this in Vegas, Ophira, this sound meditation thing, and Christian can be over there in the corner with his erection?
This is a good point. I bet I could find us. I mean, we're desert. It's still Vegas, but desert. Yeah. The desert culture is going to have stuff like this. We could probably go to some real good shamanic,
some real
white man shamanic,
some real midlife crisis shit.
Yeah,
really get into
midlife crisis hike. Let's do it. All right, you guys, I'll let you go. That was awesome as always. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you. I'll see you in Nevada.
Yeah.
Henderson.
See you in Henderson is what you said. That's the, I guess it's the suburb, like 20 minutes outside the Las Vegas Strip. Yeah, see you there, everybody. Looking forward, and hopefully see you tonight. If you're going to Vegas or you want to just stop by 8 p.m. East tonight here on St. Patty's Day. If you're sober, I will be. I'm driving Ava back to college, up and back tomorrow, so I'll need a little distraction because I'll be a little sad missing her. So I hope to see you at 8 p.m. East. If you're going to Vegas, a little fun planning, ideas, hang out, and that's all I've got for you, other than John Carroll singing us out as he does every day. This is your special Sunday episode of Stand Up. Hope you liked it. So glad that you listened, especially you bumblebees here at the end. John Carroll, take us away.
Sunlight, you gotta stand up. That's right. We got to rise up. You got to stand up. You gotta stare the devil straight in the eye. We got to let him know it's his turn to go. See it clear when all you hear is a lie. So get up off of your butt, get down off of your fence. And even if it ain't a very friendly audience, well, they'll begin to listen when you start making sense. Stand up, stand up. No need to point your rifle to defend your town. Just stand up, stand up. You know they can't deny you what you're laying down. Boy, you better stand up, stand up. Show your face of every color, yellow, black, red, and brown. She's the place where every lost child will finally be found. There's only one thing to do before we stand our ground, and that's stand up. Stand up. Well, the founding fathers saw a land for all. They had to stand up. They had to stand up. They had a keen imagination for a crystal ball, drawing all the plans of a stand up. But all they had to go on was the time they were in, with other causes for laws, and since they weren't even sin, they knew that change was gonna come before the change could begin. They had to stand up. All right, they had to stand up. We got to stand up. We got to look the devil square in the eye. We gotta let him know it's his time to go, and make it clear when all we hear is a lie. Why you lying awake wondering where the money all went? It'll be the cost of freedom that'll go unspent. You can see him flee the scene of that experiment if you stand up. All right. We got to speak up, we got to reach up, and raise your voice in every way you know how. Don't be toes up, you got to show up. Ain't no better time to do it but now. No need to pledge allegiance to no wanton tribe. Rise up, show obedience to the voice inside, and listen well and it'll tell you not to run there.